So how many times have you got yourself in a pretty decent position on a hole and then fatted or thinned a chip right across the green? Well, if that is you and it sounds familiar, there's a very, very good chance that there's one piece of your chipping technique that is missing, and we're going to show you what that is in this video. So are you a golfer who recognises that shot and that's all too familiar for you? Lots of golfers really struggle when they're chipping from around the greens, hitting shots like that one which have thinned right across the green, and very often the next shot can be one where we hit the ground too much and we get the complete opposite result where the ball only goes a few yards in front of us. Both end up with a very similar result in that we don't get the ball on the green and we're faced with a very similar shot to follow that. So there's a very, very good chance that if you do hit some of those shots that you don't do the thing that we're going to discuss in this video. So we're going to go through exactly what that is, and then we're going to give you a drill that you can do in practice to really help you achieve the right feel and the right sensations to give you a better concept of what you're trying to do. So let's quickly just go through the shot I'm faced with here. I'm just off the green. I've got probably around about 30 yards to that flag. Now what we talk about here would be basically covering a chip shot or a pitch shot from a relatively close distance. Now, because the flag is relatively close to me, I can make that ball get there just by using almost just my wrists. I might need a little bit of arm movement, but pretty much a little bit of wrist, a little bit of arms, and I can generate the distance that I need to get that ball to that flag. And that's very often where the problem begins. Because we don't need to use anything other than the hands and arms, very often we don't use anything other than the hands and arms. Even on shots where I'm trying to hit the ball 10 yards, 12 yards, 20 yards, we still need a very, very good and efficient pivot of the body. So my body's rotating towards the target, which is going to help the golf club on its journey. It's going to help it control that movement, and it's going to help us with the contact down at impact. So if I was hitting this ball just onto the front of the green, you can see that's only maybe 6 or 7 paces away from me. I would still like to do that with a good body pivot. You can see that's landed just on the green, but just look at where my body has finished. So the golf club's relationship to my body has not changed. If I was to rotate back to the ball and bend over, there's my relationship that I had at the start. Many of you who do really struggle with your chipping will find that your body isn't really rotating enough. What that does, it causes the hands to release early. We start to change the radius between your chest and the club head. That changes the low point, that changes the contact, it changes the loft on the club. So if you do make good contact, you're going to find it difficult to control the trajectory. And when we start to really slow down the body and not use that, not many good things happen. So here's the drill I want you to go through. I'm going to use a tee peg, and I would advise you doing this, partly because it makes it a little bit easier, and secondly, I don't really want to make a fool of myself here on this video. So ball teed up a little bit, and I'm just going to take my normal address position that I would for this shot onto the green. I'm going to take my lead hand off, and I'm going to place it between the top of my arm and sort of the chest here. And what I'm really trying to do is play this shot one-handed, but very much feel as if the shot is controlled with the body rotation. So the relationship up here isn't changing. If I start to not use my body, I start to feel that my arm works very much independently of my chest. I can feel that differently here. Or I might find that when I get through, there's a lot of release in that hand and arm. So let me go ahead and hit one, and I'm just going to try and get this one a little bit further onto the green. So setting up this way, lots of rotation with the body, and there you can see the relationship at the end is very much as I want. If I place my lead hand on, rotate back down to the ball, that's how I've used this golf swing. So if you watch the best golfers out there who hit the fantastic short shots with lots of spin, lots of control, they control the trajectory, even on the short shots, you will see their body pivot is very, very good. They continue to move that body on the way through. That's what controls the golf club. That's what takes it through to this point here. You'll notice that my heel is beginning to lift from the ground. That's absolutely fine. What I wouldn't want is actually any real excessive leg drive, because that's certainly going to change a lot of things. So when we're pitching around the green, when we're chipping around the green, if you feel that you're struggling with strike, there's a very, very good chance that your body you're not using your body well enough. That's really meaning that you're using too much hands and arms, so that's going to make it more difficult to control the golf club and the shot. So let's see if we can hit one to that flag. A little bit out to the right, it's going to curve a little bit left. And didn't quite get it enough out to the right. and it's a little bit short. So not my best shot. In fact, the one I hit one-handed might even be a little bit closer. So a little bit of practice and you can definitely get much better than I am at these kind of shots. So practice that one-handed drill, get it teed up, use that body pivot, make sure that's the engine of the golf swing in this case. That's going to give you a lot more control over the strike, the trajectory, the loft of the club, all those things, helping you get much closer to those flags. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully that is going to help you and your short game. Let me know in the comments box if it did. Would love to get your feedback. And if you're not a subscriber of my channel, I would love you to be so. Click the link over here. That will allow you to do that. It's absolutely free. There's more videos coming each and every week helping you play a bit of golf and just enjoy your time a little bit more out on the golf course. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you back here again soon.